We live in the most complex era in human history. Every day, we are bombarded with more information and more decisions than our ancestors faced in a lifetime. This choice overload creates a strange exhaustion. While modern societies offer an abundance of ways to live, that very lack of boundaries can feel disorienting. We have the freedom to be anything, yet we struggle to find a landmark to guide our choices. Over 2,000 years ago, ancient philosophers faced a radically different world, yet their inner lives were remarkably similar to ours. They grappled with the exact same anxieties about the future, the same stings of disappointment, and the same search for meaning. These thinkers realized that while we cannot stop the rain or the wind, we can change how we navigate them. Stability comes from realizing that we don't need to control the storm, we only need to master the ship. This realization forms the bedrock of mental resilience. The Stoics called it the Dichotomy of Control. To see how this works, picture your life as a double-entry bookkeeping ledger, split right down the middle. On the left side is the not up to me column. This holds external factors like the weather, the economy, and other people. On the right side is the up to me column. This is the space where you possess absolute agency, your own judgments, the effort you put in, and your daily actions. Most of our daily anxiety comes from desperately trying to manage that left column. True freedom arrives the moment you abandon those attempts and focus entirely on the right side of the page. Let's test this ledger in the real world. We all regularly deal with difficult, rude, or hostile people. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius started every morning by reminding himself that he would inevitably encounter envious and resentful individuals. He trained himself to view their behavior as a mistake born of ignorance, protecting his own inner tranquility. The philosopher Epictetus, who spent his early life as a slave, took this further. He taught that verbal insults are merely external noise, carrying no inherent power to cause you harm. When someone mocks you and you feel the sting of shame, the pain isn't coming from their words. It comes entirely from an internal judgment flashing across your own mind. The sudden thought, "I have been diminished." You cannot always stop that initial jolt of anger from arising. But because that feeling relies on your own internal judgment, you possess the absolute power to refuse it your consent. The Stoics viewed emotional domination as a form of self-imposed slavery. We reclaim our agency by recognizing that words only have the power to hurt when we decide that they do. We also make ourselves miserable by smuggling exaggerated value judgments into the way we perceive ordinary objects. We look at a slice of decadent chocolate cake and project grand ideas of comfort and happiness onto it. But strip away the illusion, and you are left with exactly what it is: raw piles of fat, sugar, and flour. Epictetus applied this exact same clarity to his possessions. When his expensive iron lamp was stolen from his windowsill, he recognized that tying his peace of mind to a fragile object was a dangerous trap. He calmly replaced the stolen item with a cheap clay lamp. It provided the exact same light, proving that an object's utility is what matters, not its perceived status or price tag. By actively stripping away the magical aura we assign to wealth, status, and luxury, we deflate the power they hold over us. We break the chains of greed and set ourselves free. The ultimate Stoic boundary requires a radical shift in perspective, confronting the undeniable shortness of human life and the certainty of our own death. We turn over pennies to save a buck, yet recklessly squander our most precious resource, our time. We bleed away our days agonizing over a past we cannot change and dreading a future that does not yet exist. Since the present moment is the only thing firmly in our grasp, the only rational response to our mortality is carpe diem, seize the day. Contemplating your demise is not a morbid exercise in despair. It is a wake-up call that forces you to treat this very moment with profound seriousness, clarity, and joy. Building the fortress of your mind comes down to 3 daily habits. Ask yourself if a situation is actually in your control. Pause and withhold your consent before reacting to an insult. And remember that your time is limited. You will never be able to control the chaotic world around you, but by mastering how you perceive it, you can secure unshakable freedom and peace.